Good morning. London time again. How is it going? It's already 17th of December and time is flying. What a year. What a year. Um, I did not just woke up, but I have been just really sleeping a long time this time because I really needed to catch up on some sleep. That became very evident to me after yesterday. And I'm feeling much better. And so I need to do my analysis straight from the get-go. So we're going to do it together. I don't know if you guys already have looked into it and you want to share your thoughts on the market, on the morning and on Asia so far. I'm sort of like not in a hurry anymore because price has been so slow. But then again, you might miss a move. But hey, actually yesterday I went over it a little bit. Um, Yesterday evening, and I thought it wasn't actually the London trade wasn't that bad. It was mainly my trading of the stop loss that was very poorly executed. I was lucky that I didn't get stopped out, but the analysis was pretty good because identifying the distribution, which went all the way into the New York Open, which also helped me to 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 trade that short that I was actually looking for. So it wasn't a bad day in the sense. I think I was a little bit dramatic about the trade in London yesterday, like, oh, I did everything. No, it was mainly the stop loss placement that was really poor. The rest was actually not that bad. So I just want to I was going over my with the stream, like, okay, what have I been saying? And like, it wasn't that bad. It was just a stop loss. That was the thing that you really need to work on, because I journal it and then I go over it and like, okay, don't be too hard on yourself. So that being said, that was yesterday. I'm going to make a recap of the whole day because I think it was interesting to when you do London to see where the overflow will be with New York Open, so you can prepare yourself really well for the London. Because I don't know if a few people logged in when I started doing the stream, and because I saw the short coming, and it was a pretty awesome short. But that was because of the London trade, being able to do London. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into today's price action. Let me just double check. Am I live? I should be, right? Just double checking, double checking. I just need to double check, guys. I'm live, right? I just want to double check. I think there's a little bit of a delay. Just want to double check. Sound. Give me sound. Is it sound? Should be, right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah. I just need to check myself, guys. The only times that it doesn't work is when I don't check it. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that was about yesterday. Recap will come, and also I'll make the connection. I want to try to make better recaps also, so especially when London flows over into New York, and how we can use the data to be better prepared for those longer or better trades, right? So because we do have an advantage, we still have. I don't know what's going to happen when we have 24-hour trading, but we'll see. We'll just adapt. But for now, we still have an advantage during London over the people that don't do London. I think so. But okay, let me just mark this area again. It's the same routine. Routine is boring, but it helps, right? So I haven't done much yet because I wanted to sleep a little bit longer. So I'm so my mood doesn't get impacted very quickly by anything. I normally don't get impacted, and I'm always most of the times I'm always um, smiling and happy. But sometimes, you're not. It happens sometimes. Here we go. Adi, how have you been doing? Have you been trading Asia, or are you just logging in? Hey, and again, guys, I want to show you you remember the first presented fair value gap that I leave on the 132.2? You can see it on the screen, right? Look at this again. I just want to point it out. Just look how well it in Asia. Okay, it's also the first presented of the afternoon session. So you can make a point. Say, hey, you don't need this one because you got the first presented fair value gap on the afternoon session. But do you see the resemblance that the 1:30 to 2 first time that we marked yesterday in London session, and then the 1:30 to 2 first presented fair value gap in the afternoon? How they sort of like, But look how perfect this one is. The wick, the manipulation wick, goes right into almost to the bottom, and I might not even have marked it properly. I might have even, if I might look back, I might have even drawn it a little bit too big, so it might be even tap exactly the bottom. But so I'm just leaving this on because I really like what I'm seeing so far, even though ICT said it's only valuable for London. But if I see overlap all the time with some things, for example, the first presented on the 12-hour later, right? Because it's the same fair value gap, but then 12 hours later. But the only thing is that here is the 5-minute, and I wonder if I go to the 1-minute, if it will tap into it. Let me just double check that. I just want to check that because I haven't done that. I haven't done my analysis that well. Okay, here you go. This is the point I want to make, guys. Watch, and so you see this is the 1-minute. The 1-minute first presented of the 1:30 afternoon is here. So you see the green one, it taps into here. Now in the 1-minute, this one in Asia taps into it here. So in the 1-minute, it doesn't tap into it. So you already could take this, and this could be your add-on if you are trading long. I mean, so I'm just pointing it out because I'm like, it's very valuable information. So again, I'm going to mark it. Hey, you're trading silver long. Hey, 0Z7BX. I'm going to call you Zero. How are you doing? I think you're new. I can't remember your name. Although my brain is not working very well anymore. End of the year. Welcome. You're trading in a silver long. Ah, interesting. Yeah, I think you are the one of the few that trades silver, right? But I think it's nice that we have people doing that as well. But anyway, I just want to point out the 9:30. So again, I'm gonna mark it, and I already see 1:30. We start here, right? And then we have this. And now what do we see? What is the biggest gap that we can mark, and which is most significant? Technically, it will be this one, right? And it overlaps with this, and then within the macro, we have a country. Okay, I'm just gonna mark this one because I think this one is sort of like it sort of like creates the volume imbalance, I guess. Not the volume imbalance, sorry. I mean the BPR, balanced price range. So I guess the bottom is significant. Then we have another one here. Okay, now I'm gonna mark this one now, and we're gonna just leave it on. Just want to see what happens. Okay. First FUG. I'm still testing it and still looking into it. And so the first percent fair value gap of the 1:32 a.m. So we want to make a difference between the AM and the PM and see if there's any, it's a 12-hour cycle. So sometimes, it might throw back to it. Okay, we're going to over it. Now let's see if it becomes support. Okay, that's that. So remember yesterday, guys, when I said I marked this 1-hour FUG, and I said I want to see either price move away from it. I didn't mark the 4-hour because I was looking at the midpoint of this area, and if I would take in the 4-hour, the midpoint would be much lower. And look, it was a good call, and also because I saw the whole dealing range, the midpoint, just to be into discount, this will be enough. So that's why I left it on the 1-hour. I'll show you guys again. And why they are. I literally also said in London, I said I want to see if there's going to be chop, because especially if you have these large 1-hour IFUGs and you have this area here around the midpoint, you can see this here. You can sort of like identify an area similarly in almost the same height to occur. So I did mention in London, I want to see if we're going to get chop around this area. Now it wasn't around the mid, it was a little bit higher, but that's why I did not change it to the 4 hour, because for me this was just to see if it's going to use the premium discount of the 0.5 of the full dealing range. So yeah, and as you can see, we are just above it. This was discount, and this is where we took the our long yesterday, right? We took that long, and then I took a short at when market opened. Um, so and then it was just really brutal. I mean, it was just horrible price action. But then again, let's count the hours here. How many hours do we have here? Also, look, Tuesday, you can see almost the days are similar, right? So Tuesday starts here. Until when did we have this chop? When did we get the move? Okay, well, Tuesday 12. We did not. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22-ish. Okay, let's say 20-ish. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, well, um, we're almost there, I guess. And look, it looks very bullish, right? Let's see if we can get out of this bloody first 1 hour FUG. So always these large, if you have those large blocks, it's you always tend to see price action like this a little bit, because it just, I guess, it's a large gap, right? So, but let's see. Okay, here we go. I want to go back to the 4 hour now. I want to see how the 4 hour is printing. Okay, here we go. Now let's see if we can get out of it, because we still have this wick we have to pay attention to. Let's see if it's done working its way through that wick. I would assume so, but it looks like we're done to the downside for now. But look how what has been created. A lower wick, one higher, higher. This is going to be all preparation for a low resistance liquidity run. It's all going to take everything out in one time. I hope. So this setup is sort of nice to see on the 4 hour. So this one rejected here. Every wick has been mitigated so far. I want this one to go into this one. Okay. You are done here. Okay, we are over the 25, so that's good. We're going to go higher now. Now this is liquidity. This is now major big liquidity. I like that. 444. Okay, previous day high. but we know what they always do, right? They never go there in one time. So we are. Is someone in the long already on NQ? Did someone manage to take that long? Maybe in a better area. Maybe got in already before. So 2 o'clock is here. Let's see where 2:30 is going to take us. You know, I would rather not have. let's say if they don't take previous day high now and they wait for the macro. So let's say the macro at 253.10. So it's sort of like, a lot of people might get long now. They might get stopped out or something because it doesn't go straight away to previous day high. So I'm always careful at these areas a little bit now, if it's not macro time. Now I could still take it out between 220 and 240, but let's see if they're going to trap people. And if we miss it, we miss it. Just want to check something, guys. Just want to check something. I just want to check something. Yeah. Yeah. So I want to look at the wicks. So you know me and wicks, guys. Here we go. So this is your answer why it will take, when you see this, you already know, okay, it's not going to go there in one straight line, okay? It will most likely reject at a few points. So we're going to wait patiently until it has done a couple of times. Oh, Levi trades. Are you using the one that is, it is so weird. I change it every time, and then I think let me put the one in I'm going to look it up, and I'll put it in the pin again. Oh, you did. I thought you were already in the Discord, Levi. I'm now very disappointed that you're so late. I thought you were there already. Let me get the. It sort of like changes. So I don't know if it's the amount of people that get in and then it changes automatically, or that I don't know. Let me put in the let me put it in. Where are you? Come on. Why am I so slow? I think it changed again. Yeah, it looks like it, and I don't change it. It should only expire every 7 days, so I have no idea why it does that. I don't know. Weird. Um, why? Okay, here's the latest one. That sounds good. Thanks, Lorna, because it was never linked. There you go. So I haven't done a lot of extra things in the sense of organizing stuff, but it will be on the new year because I've just been so focused on the streaming and getting this up and running and doing my best on. I'm gonna pin it. So guys, you're the OGs here, and it's okay. You see that? So it spiked up, right? Look where it did we. Which wick is it using? Oh, look at that, guys. You see that? Where did it stop? 0.5 exactly. Now the tricky part, and then I'm still trying to figure that out because ICT only went over the Wix premium discount on the daily basis, but um, they sort of like always, react at a gradient. But in this case, I tried first this wick here, the large one, and then look where the 0.5 is actually the first one, right? So I'm still trying to figure out what the logic is if you have like a lot of them next to each other. So, but anyway, now we know it has done that. So that's number one. So now it might be ready to go up. So let's see. I'm not in it yet. I still have my iced coffee here. Still drinking my iced coffee. I'm willing to wait because I just think we might go a little bit in consolidation. Retest maybe breaker. Do we have a breaker here or is it a mitigation block? Uh-oh. Well, whatever. If it's a mitigation block or breaker, it doesn't matter. You still want to retest. So this is the area, but technically it already did that, right? Is it working, the link now? Please let me know, because I have to check every time I put it in the description, and I guess a few hours later either it changed or, and it's not 7 days. I'm like, it says it expires in 7 days, but I feel like in my situation it expires every 7 hours or something. So I just go in and I see which one it is, and then I just put it in the. There we go. Okay, good. I'll double check. I still have to automate a few things in Discord, but hey, Mether, I see. I was on top chat again. I'm sorry. I see you now. Hello, hello. I have a cold. I slept with the window open. Bad choice. Isn't it nice to sleep with the window open, even though when it's colder? I mean, I always like to. Even here now in South Africa, I leave the windows open, but then a lot of bugs come in. But I just love having the windows open. Not when it's really, really cold though. Back in the Netherlands, um, I just hate being cold, I guess. Well, no, let me put. I like sleeping with the window open, but I hate when you wake up and you have to go to the bathroom and it's cold. That's what I really hate. So then it's like, oh my God. Well, I hope you feel better soon, Levi. Mm. Okay, now let's see. So the bodies are still in that 1 hour fair value gap inversion, right? I really want to see it get out of that. But it rained, and when I woke up, it was frozen. Oh yeah. Hey, Shamo, long time no see. I think I haven't seen you all week. Or have I not seen you? Hold on, guys. So I've been trying to stay out of the charts. Well, I think that's not too bad, though. I mean, um, there are opportunities, but you have to really be patient and wait for them. And when you're not patient, you're being punished. And I know that as the best because my patience is my thing, and it's getting better though, but still. So yesterday there was a good trade in the morning. Oh, you didn't? Oh, you didn't pass the account. Well, shame-o. We sort of, um, um, I don't think you just need to study a little bit more and get your model. You just need to have your model, and you're very early. So let me put it that way. You are very eager, and we all understand because we've all been there. And we all sort of like made a joke like, oh, you'll feel the pain soon. You have to go through it and see like, I just need to have a little bit more work on my edge, and that's it. And just, um, but if I just may, I don't think you should stay away. You just stay away from funded accounts and evaluations and just paper trade with me. I paper trade a lot. I don't care what people say. I put on a lot of paper trades now as well, or even on stream. And I always say this is just a paper trade. I did have a few good trades on yesterday and in the market open. But literally, if I go back in the charts, there were not many opportunities. So if you're not experienced and you don't see you can't identify the chop and you can't identify low probability areas, you're screwed because that takes time, and it's like I said, it's a hard time to start trading. But I don't think you should stay away. You should just stay away from putting your money on the line, and just join us and study and watch what and learn. So, and just going in the charts to trade when you have not have enough screen time yet, that's actually where it's a screen time. You know how much I learned from being on doing this and going over. I think I grew a lot since I started the YouTube channel as well, just by going over it and just so you learn more by not being in a trade. Let me put it that way. Okay, so 223. Let's see. I'm not in, but I wonder if it's going to make the run now, because we sort of like already tested that wick. We went to the zero point 0.5, but there is another wick next to it. So that's my only concern. There are two of them. And I'm just wondering, and I'm still testing out the logic. Yeah, demo account, and also if you use TradingView, you can also paper trade in TradingView. Um, so so for me, I'm already aware of those two larger wicks. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I think we're going to get, like, it used this one, but it didn't use this one. So I'm sort of thinking, are we done? Even though we went to zero point 0.5, I don't know, because I sort of like starting to understand the logic of this. Like, it might need two or three of these up and down moves that it's going to create, sort of like, so we'll see. This is not what ICT went over, but just that inspired me when he teaches the ones that are on the daily. I'm like, okay, what's the logic? If there's on the daily, everything is fractal, right, with what we do. So it's sort of like I'm still in the testing zone with these things. But Shemo, hey, listen, I'm happy that you're back. I was thinking about you. I was like, hey, how did things go? Um, but don't be too hard on yourself. We all are most of the times, but mm, you're getting into the hardest. I mean, Levi trades can also. I mean, Levi trades. How long did it take for you to get where you are? He did say it, but it doesn't come. You have to put in the work, and it doesn't come like by watching one video. Mm. Rafael, Simon Pache, como squeda. Rafael Simon Pache. It's a beautiful name. Uh, it took me going on a year and a half, but when I say I put over, yes, exactly. And I did over 8 hours per day for 2 years. And I guess I'm not as smart as Levi, but Levi's a bit younger than I am, so his brain works a little bit faster. So, but no, I put in 2 years and literally 8 hours every day, and then I combine it also with the charts. But at some point, it'll pay. It just and nothing beats screen time and looking at the charts and then journal it as well. If it takes 2 years to see, then I'll cut it in half with extreme hours and it worked. Yeah, well, good. That's the spirit. We like that. But anybody can do it. Listen, I'm not the smartest person, but you just have to work a little bit harder than the average person, because most people are lazy. That's the thing. So if you work a little harder and you put a little bit more time in it, I think anybody can do it. That's why I started this channel as well, because I think, listen, anybody can do it. You just have to work for it and accept that it takes time, and it's possible. Because you can have an edge, because there's an algorithm. It's not buying and selling pressure, so you can have an edge. You just have to find the algorithmic signatures. And for me, it is the working, being more patient. So taking less trades and identify chop. That is for me if I would go back in 2025, what did I learn this year that really made a lot of difference is working on my patience and identifying chop areas, which really helped me grow my P&L. Hi Iris, can you explain the chart and what we're looking at and hoping to see today? Any bias, and also if I'm right thinking what is currently happening in a Judas swing? So right now we are looking at chop and a lot of wicks. So as I mentioned, I do see a previous day high above us, but what I know that in the past would have gotten in when it would have retested, for example, this area, and I would go in. But you see those lines that you're looking at? I go back to the 5 minute. A wick is a bunch of gaps. So if price wants to go up, it will not go directly to this. Is most people will see this as liquidity straight away. It will be liquidity. It's a previous day high, so there's a lot of people have put their stops there, right? So price will go there. But if you see a larger wick, so we can call this, if you see a body like this here and the wick is equally as high, this one is a little bit harder to read, but you have these and you have even more of them next to each other. You know, on the lower time frame, this is just a bunch of gaps that the market needs to balance out. Now, balancing out doesn't go, sometimes it does, but most of the time it will take its time and work its way through. So you see up and down, up and down, up and down. So, like when I saw this straight away, I like, okay, you know what? I'm going to measure them and see where price is going to before I identify this as liquidity. For me, I call this a rejection block until it's liquidity. So that's the logic that I use. Technically, the rejection block is a little bit, well, I consider them rejection blocks, but it's not, it's just short rejections all the time. And I do believe we're going previously high, but it just needs a little bit more time to work its way through these wicks. Wicks are just sort of like wicks. Wicks create time distortion, if I can put it that way. Oh, come on! I need to get rid of that thing here. Okay, here we go. So for me, seeing these wicks seeing previously high, my first reaction was, okay, we're still in this. I'm also looking at this 1 hour IFUG, right? I've been identifying this since yesterday. I said, listen, when you are in such a large IFUG, you know you're going to get, it takes time before it makes its way out of it. So I really want to see a body closure above it. Now on the 4 hour it will be a little bit difficult, so I have to go to a lower time frame to see if the body is closing above this, and then we're going to get our move to the upside, right? Because I mean we have a lot of continuation to do here. I do think we're going much higher, maybe into this wick example. So, but I do want to see a body closure above the. Oh, we did it on the 15, but look, it's not enough. It's gonna make 1 hour, 50-minute babies. I didn't trade, but if you would like, I'll give some of my levels. I don't trade when sick, but yeah, sure, share. Feel free to share. Everybody would love to hear. We don't do any signals here, but we just learn, right? Nobody is taking them as signals, but we love to hear levels. And even though if they work. So also time helps me. For example, if this, so we hit this, that 0.5% exactly at the end of the macro, right? So that tells me, okay, macro is done. We hit 0.5. What time has told me, like, okay, then I have to wait, because then until maybe 220. Let's see what the 220 to 240 run is going to do. Well, obviously we didn't get a run in 220 to 40 because a lot of the time those can take out liquidity as well. It's unless it doesn't happen a lot of the times, but they do make the larger runs if it's on its way to a point of liquidity. But we're quite close already to the previous day high. So I'm thinking now we might have the 250 to 310, which might take out this level. So that's for me now. Just we just need to wait a little bit longer. I just studied. When I studied ICT, he already was doing the live sessions, but I also started with core content. I did the whole core content month 1 to 12. But on the Discord, I have taken out some months, Shamo, just to make it easier. Because I think the months that I took out, you don't have to do them straight away. You can do it later, but you don't need them in order to get the basics. And then obviously 2022. So core content first. I did core content twice actually. And then 2022, and then I did all his. I think I can't remember. Was it 2023, and then 2024 he did live sessions. But sometimes I still do a new one. I'm looking, okay, what because once you do them live, and I was also trading at the time, so you miss a lot. And but ICT gave this advice this year is you have to do core content, yes, but now if you would go straight into 2025, so you work backwards. I think core content in 2022 might be very helpful, and then you skip everything else, and like he said, you go backwards. So you start with 2025 because he's lifting the veil literally in 2025 in his lectures, and he goes over a lot of previous stuff as well, but less winded. It goes a little bit quicker to the point. So that's his advice. And I think that is actually good advice. But I think core content as well, you need to go through it from him one time. And then anyone else who either, because I do think also myself, you start altering little things to make it your own. And if you learn from someone, I think you need to have your basics from him first. So okay, that's she used that, but she changed it, because I think that happens a lot when you use something. But I think you need to know that, or you need to be able to identify people that tell you shit. Because, maybe I can tell you something that's totally wrong that I just misread or misinterpreted. I would love to hear, so that's why I thought, I'm not going to take it from anyone else but from him. because a lot of people, they sell you shit. They're not in for the right reasons as well. So I think that's one. That's also like some why I think people should do it instead of those shortcuts of learning ICT in 13 minutes. Yeah, well, good luck with that. I don't think you will be successful though. If you have that mentality, you're not gonna make it in the long run. So, but yeah, so I think things have changed a little bit, Shamo. I think, but core content is the start, and then I do think everybody keeps on saying 2022, but I think that's a good. I think you need to have that in your backpack as well, and then work backwards. You start with 2025. You begin with the first one of 2025, and then you do that, and then from there on. And I am trying in my Discord to put all like just find his best videos on specific topics like the first percentage fair value gap, the opening range gap. Now with the 24-hour trading coming, we might have to adapt a little bit. I have no idea how, but we'll see. And so I'll try to do the shorter, just topics that are really they are practical for everyday use. And I think one of the best videos is one setup for life. I don't know if people agree with me, but I think that's one of the best. Actually, that's one you should go over every few months again, because I haven't gone over it for quite a while. But that's really a good one as well. And I'll add that one to the. I'm just going to make the ICT resources very basic, just for beginners, because everybody knows where to go, right? I mean, and we've got T-Trades. He has awesome. Besides ICT, I think he's the best content creator if it comes to ICT. But that's all for later. Just when you need a refresher or something, I go to T-Trade sometimes. Okay, I need a refresher on that topic. I need a refresher on that topic. So yeah, identifying chops. So here we go. We what is it called? I like the purge and revert video from ICT, Glenn. Yeah, and ICT Gems. I mean, ICT Gems that they make. They have short versions of everything. Sometimes you just pick one and you just watch it, and it's always good. Purge and revert. Which one is that? I know that I did see one last time because I know that Zusi is using purge and revert, and I thought, oh, does ICT use that too? I wasn't sure. Purge and revert. Yeah, order blocks. I found them, to be honest, I found order blocks in the beginning really difficult. So I stopped. I actually used, when I started like using the breaker a lot, I sort of like skipped the order blocks, but I think it's good to. He did some good. There are some good ones. I just watched a video about order blocks again. I think it was somewhere in 2025 what he did. He sometimes he gets so annoyed with all those people that are talking about order blocks in the wrong way, and so then he comes out and he just sort of like just he wants to put a few people out of business, which I can understand. I just assumed 2025 were too advanced. No, actually not. I think 2025. Well, the premium and discount weeks, you do have to have some knowledge, but I don't think it's too advanced because if you would go over a video, what I would do, if you find it too advanced, you know that you have to maybe go back to a specific topics, but then you go back to it. And I think that's how you can speed up your knowledge. If you've already done the past 2 years in Forex Primer course and other short courses, I just assume 2022 and 25 were too advanced. No, but you might run into things, but that's okay. Then you're like, you can ask us here, for example, like, hey, I'm doing 2025, but he goes over that. Could you go over that? And if there's a specific that me or other people that have studied well, we can always guide you in the right direction. Like he's okay, you know what? That's a topic you might have to watch one or two videos over and then go back to that video. You'll speed up the process. So if you've done that already, you're good. You'll see. Shamo, you'll start seeing the progress. If you've done it, it doesn't feel like it. I think I know the phase you're in. You're like, oh my God, I've been studying so long, I don't see it yet. But at some point, you're like, oh my God, now I see it in the chart. Now you can make the connection. You see the dots, and just give it a bit more time. And I'm doing 22 at the on left. Say, okay, go on, just keep it going, and don't, and keep looking at the charts. Keep watching the charts with us, and we'll keep you out of trades. We'll keep you out of trades for the time being. And yeah, I think that's really the best way. Um, you're getting a PhD in finance, and it's just like when you become a doctor, you don't get to do surgery in 2 years, right? They don't give you the scalpel straight away. You have to see it like that. And if you approach it like that, you're getting a PhD in finance. You really are. And so, and patience, listen, it's easy to say. I'm saying it here from a position like I know it, but um, the next video, the recap that I'm going to do is also, again, trading my stop loss too fast, being impatient. It's a topic that keeps coming back in my trading, but because I am working on it, it just appears in a different form a little bit. It's not as devastating as it used to be. Like I would lose accounts constantly. I would, but it still hurts me, but not as much as it used to. It's still it's something. It's still ongoing for me. So I totally understand. Okay, liquidity purge and refer. Thank you for that one. Shamo, if you would write that one down, that Glenn is also. I think I think I saw that one not so long ago. I think in that video he goes also over the difference between a sweep and a purge and revert, right? So I think that's important to know as well. When is it a purge and revert, and when it's just a liquidity sweep? There is a significance. Now, if I may ask, who was thinking before I went over this? Who was thinking of the previous day? Who was entering along already in this area and aiming for that previous day high? I'm just curious. We hit a 5-minute order block right now. That's why we are going down a bit. So you see now this first percent fair value gap. I just I just love them. I'm just wondering if it's the best one that I marked. So I use this one here. So the 150, between the 150 and 2. So I'm just using the opening range. So we sweat the liquidity here. Where's Asia, by the way? So in the macro, we did sweep, and now we retested, I guess, this area here, and I just don't trust the price action really to Asia. Oh, we're above Asia. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So we were here yesterday, guys. We were here. Where were we? Well, we're not going to go down all the way. Let's just keep it here. Let's just keep it here. I wasn't because we still respected 15 minutes. 50. Okay, there you go. That's another good one. Let's check that out. See, I love this chat. Bowser also knows what he's talking about. Bowser says, I wasn't because we're expecting 15 minute, 50% week. Oh, there's also one on the 50. There we go. See, me trying to figure out which one of those two is that I should have gone to the 15 and then I didn't have to look into which one of the 5 minute one is the valid one. Zoom out when you're in doubt. Here you go. Thank you for that, Bowser. I can always count on you. I think after 1 hour close above it, it will fill the 1 hour imbalance and take previous day high. Yes. We're almost at the next macro. Let's see. I like what I see because we did 0.5, we did 1/3 level, and let's see if it's ready in this macro. We'll know soon enough. I'm not going to engage. I think I'm going to wait. I just don't feel like it. Did we retest anything here? Not really. Okay, so Asia high is here. 249. Macro time. Pam, 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 pam. You see, we've got so many gaps here that it's sort of like for me, I'm just. You mean Zusi's quarter two to quarter past? Is that what you mean with Zusi's macros time? Glenn? Yeah. I do mention them. So I say sometimes you can extend or start the macro at 45 and extend it to, but when I am in a longer trade, a lot of the times I get out of the trade 8 past, for example. I've been studying the macros quite extensively, and I do agree you can extend them sometimes and you can start earlier. But I'm trying to just teach the ICT logic, but I do go over when I think you can extend them. I do mention it that sometimes, but sometimes you can't. So I don't want to use them like make it too simple like, oh, you can always extend them. It's 45 to quarter two to quarter past. But you can sometimes, but I try to keep it ICT pure, but when I see it can be extended, I mention it, but it's not always the case. That's why I don't want to make it like a generic thing. And for me, there's a logic to it. When I see, example, the 50 and the 51 as a down close candle, that is very bullish for me. So I look at the macro. So for me, when I see that happening, I'm bullish. So I use 49.50 very specifically But yeah, and so this is something like Susie's, and Susie knows what he's talking about. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Susie's work. He think he took a lot away from Goldbach as well, and he combined a lot of things. And I think he figured. I know, the 369 thing is a thing, guys. I mean, it's not bullshit. A lot of people are making fun of him now, but I think there's a lot of jealousy coming in. But Susie knows his stuff. A lot of respect for the young guy. And he's Dutch, just like me, so I guess, but no, yeah, he has a point, but I don't want to make it too generic, if that makes sense, Glenn. Because there are specific things that happen at specifically 49, let me put that, at 48, 49, 50, 51 that I look at, which helps me identify the remaining of the macro. So I just try to keep it like, okay, ICT teaches 10 to 10 past, but there are opportunities that we can extend them. But there are also a lot of opportunities that you can't, and they have to get out before 10 past, 10 after the hour, which is specifically 8 past. Specifically the 8 past the hour. So is this macro telling me that it's going to run to the previous day high now by what it's been doing? 50, 51, 53. We balance this one out here. We still have a gap. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I like Susie. I mean, I still want to. He dropped a lot of videos. I think his mentorship got leaked. So I think he just thought, you know what, I'm going to put it all out there. So with that bullshit that people are leaking my stuff, people can watch it. And I'm definitely going to watch all of them because I think we can learn from it. And like he says, he's not sharing everything because he can't. But yeah, if people want to watch good content, Susie is one of them as well. I can definitely recommend that as well. And Susie says quarter two to quarter after, so and there is logic to it. Um, yeah, and also by the way, Brox and Jamie, those two. Brox actually. Oh, actually that brings me to a point. Brox actually dropped a video yesterday that it was a very short one. I watched it, and he said how he uses if you have a consolidation range. Let me go over that straight away as we are. I'm not going to anticipate in this price section anyway. It was a 1 hour, and this is very helpful. If you haven't watched it, I'll give a recap because what he said, like if you're in consolidation, and it's his latest video. If you want to go over it, he says you use the Monday range, like exactly with the range how we identify here. So the Monday range was formed here. Thank you for reminding me about Zusi, because so the range, we have a large range here. Like Monday was formed, or we can use this whole range. Eight and 7. Let's see, what time will I use it? I'll use it till 6 o'clock. I think this is just till midnight. I think I'll just take it to midnight to make it a full range. I think that's the best approach. So if you're in consolidation, you use those gradients as well to see how price is behaving within them. But I'm just not this. Yeah, we're not really in consolidation, I guess, in this week. But I think that's a video everyone should watch as well. Brox, Brox, and then his last video, how to identify chop and how to do. So he says you just Monday defines the whole week. So if you have the whole week of consolidation, you just use the gradients as well. And I think that was a very good video as well. To because last few weeks we have been just for a week being in the same range literally all the time. So yeah, and he and Jamie and I think Zusi are now working together as a team, and they provide good content. Definitely, definitely recommend. Hold on, guys. How is it going? Oh, I'm so happy I'm not in that trade. Do you also use quarterly theory? No, but I do see logic into it. I do think um, um, if you dive more into time, I do think there is logic to what has been taught there. I haven't really driven deep into it. Levi trades. What what are your thoughts on quarterly theory? I know Azusi uses it as well, but so I did use DTT, digital time theory, and it's also like um, when you have models like a specific time range ends and you have a high and a low, and every time price refers to it. And it's a little bit different than digital time theory, but I think it's the same concept. Now I don't use it anymore, the digital time theory, but they use root candles and also specific models. So it's all time based, so the time ends here, but it's a little bit different than the quarterly theory, the times, but it's the same concept that you use the high and the lows um, from the models in front of you, and you know, specific root candles of time refers to other specific other root candles in time. They work together. For example, the root candle that is formed at 3:12 works together a lot with the root candle that is formed at 2 minutes to 7. I have another root candle I use a lot. That's a 12:02. So I really go very deep into time. I don't show that here, but I have other tabs open that I look at things. That also tells me, okay, you know what, we're not going to do much because we are here, and um, um, now I'm still studying that a lot, but I'm very interested in all those concepts to see. Goldbach is one of those things. People can make fun of it, but I think, you know, I think Susi has a lot of his logic is taken from. I think he studied Goldbach as well. What I've taken so far from him, and yeah, you take a lot what you can get, and then you combine, and then you make your own identity, and I think that's how you have to see ICT as well. It's like a building block, right? You start somewhere and then you create your own identity. Like you take one thing and you like it, and then you add. I had a few mentors like a Nine and an R from the digital time theory. Also, Kit is one of my mentors. Now, Kit, I love Kit. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes he explains things. I'm like, Kit, what are you saying? I don't understand. Because he's a genius and his mind goes really fast, and I'm like, okay. But I definitely learned some really good things from him too. And mainly my other mentors than ICT were ICT based, but very time. They're very into, very much into time. So I am also more focused now, more, you know, the technical science, it's all, you know, it is what it is. And at some point you know them, but then I think the elements of time are mine missing is where I need to focus on more to get the missing links that I'm looking for at the moment. So, but hey, I'm very interested in all those things, and I'm going to keep on studying. Um, so I consider myself a lifetime student. So we'll keep on learning more and getting more in that little backpack, right, to become a better trader. Keep improving. There's always things to get better at. But my main thing now is like um, my stop loss placements and being, that needs to be better. Even though I mean, the trades are still good, but yesterday I was very lucky. I wasn't stopped out on one tick, and that wasn't luck. It wasn't a strategic placement of stop loss. It was just too fast and too impatient. So, but who has studied Goldbach here? And I would love to hear if one of you guys have studied actually quarterly theory and Goldbach. I'm just curious because I'm very interested in Goldbach. So we're not even taking out the previous day high at all. It's just created another sort of like relatively equal high in London. Do we have news today? Let me check. Isn't it nice, guys, not to be in a trade when price action is like this? I actually start enjoying it a little bit more. Um, Let me check the news again. Oh, we had two. That's so weird, right? GBP, we had CPI at 2, but that's so, it doesn't really do anything. Those. And then 8:15, we have FOMC members speaking. Yes, that's it. And oh, President Trump is speaking tonight again. Oh, that sneaked in today or yesterday, I guess. 9 p.m. Senor Trump is having a speech. I wish it was in the beginning of the day. Trump, you need to do it in the morning. Okay. And no news and Trump speaking. It might be a. Hmm. Okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. We'll see. We have to wait again. I'm gonna put on my end walks. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be an end walk day. We might have a ping pong day, so that's why I'm putting them on. So also, why are we stopping here, right? Event Horizon. I cannot I I cannot say it enough. If you have an Event Horizon, it is such an important point all the time. And let's see, we're just gonna ping pong. So for me now, I'm not gonna enter a trade to the upside until we are above the Event Horizon. So I have to check it on the 1 minute. Um, we did retest it, but we didn't go over. So let's see, we're gonna make a few of these 1 hour candles. You can see it on the 1 hour here, right? One, two, three, four of them. So we might go into consolidation in this area, like I said before. 1, 2, 3, 4, see? So it is what it is. Okay, you like 19 minutes? Yeah, okay. So so he has, yeah, I do, I actually, I haven't studied Zusi, but I do think, isn't 90 minutes quarterly theory as well? I look at the 90 minutes a lot. I don't do it on, I have another tab open with 90 minutes as well. A lot of the times when you see when a move is starting to run, this is at 9 o'clock, right? This one, this is 10:30. Um, 3. All right. So quarterly theory and Zusi's 90 minutes are not similar, so there is a difference. Okay. 369. Frank 369 is his name now, right? Yeah. Oh, look at that, guys. You guys see that? Oh, it just spiked up. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, it 3 o'clock has printed and we just spiked through it, but is there any continuation? Is 90 minutes shifted from the 90-minute chart? It starts at 2:30. Yes, but I do think that he said something that they are not so applicable. The logic from his 90 minutes is less applicable in London, if I'm correct. So he starts using them. I believe I saw something that he said they are not so accurate in London. So for him, it starts in the New York pre-market session. I think 7:30 to 8. Sorry, 7:30 to what was it? 6 to 7:30, 7:30 to 9, if I'm not mistaken. Mm. Okay, let's see where we are. What do we do at 2 a.m.? I just want to check at 2 p.m., 2 a.m. is here. Where was I? 2:30? 2:30 we made 7 to 8:30. 7 to 8:30. Okay, yeah. Yeah, and I think I saw that video, and that was very informative as well. Um, wow, this is a shitty. See, we're still in this bloody 1 hour. It just doesn't go over it, right? You see that on the 1 hour we are back again. So I guess we just have to accept that we might be 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey DBT, how's it going? We're in consolidation again, so you have not, you're not missing anything. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do get a nice move in the 350 to 410, but a very like violent one. Uh, I do like that we sort of like, this would almost tell me that we're more bearish than bullish, but let's see what this candle is going to do. So if this is a market maker, sell side, buy side, we always go back into original consolidation. We can consider this original consolidation. So are we done maybe? Could be, if I'm looking at the 1 hour, but on the other hand, if we are we accumulating to go down or are we accumulating to go up? That's the question. So on the monthly, I'm still bearish because let me go over the monthly again. I'll show you guys. I'm looking at got too much shit on my. I'll take this off. Let me show you the monthly. Why am I bearish? Higher time frame. And it's pretty obvious. So this is the monthly. Because we're almost, we only have a few more days left. Technically 9 when I also add the 2 half days. But we opened lower than the close here, right? So most of the times this signifies a continuation to the downside. Not always, but most of the times. And we have this large wick to the downside I graded. And this 50% is also in that 1 hour FUG. So that's why I'm sticking to the 1 hour, because I've got the 50% of this large wick still in this area. And it's also 0.62 of a larger dealing range. So I'm just looking at it like, okay, that's why I'm looking at this 1 hour FUG, and I do not use the 4 hour in this case, because my interest is more of the midpoint that is at the 1 hour. So so I'm just sort of like, are we gonna go up and go down, or so I'm waiting for that move to the upside to go down, to move in the direction of this 50% of this wick. But then again, we still have like I believe now 8 days plus 2 half days to go. So it's not that much of a, how many points in total? So that's why we get a lot of, if this is like, if this would be the December objective, well, we could go lower. I mean, don't get me wrong, but if this is like the objective, like let's say for 4 days, it's not that much of a move that we need to make. So that's why we can expect a lot of choppy. It's just 500, let's say 500 points for 475 to this area here. Now, and then the question is, are we going to go low? We might go back up again and go back lower again, something like that, right? So I'm just sort of like trying to identify what is the monthly objective for now. Is it going to be the 0.5 or is it going to be lower? So that's why, even if it will go lower, it's not that much. We are here. Let's say we go all the way here, 775. And then I can retrace again, right? We can take the, okay, let's say it goes into here, and then we get a TGIF on the monthly, for example. How much is it? 20% of this range. I'm just going to see if this is the case. What are we going to do? How many points? It's back to here. It can do those moves in 1 minute, technically, just one, if it wants to, right? It doesn't need to do that such a long time. But anyway, so I'm bearish on the higher time frame, but the question is, when will it move? That's all. That is all. Now, where did my IFUG? Did I delete that? Are you kidding me? What did happen here? Okay, I don't want to see that 1 hour anyway for a time. I know the top is here. I don't want to see that 1 hour anymore. I'm just gonna leave it off for now. Yeah. $316. Just thinking if we could go over something specific, maybe until while we're waiting to make the time worthwhile. Is there any topic you guys want to go over? Let me know. I mean, I think we have to wait. Well, we might get a little run in 320 to 40, but it could also be that we have to wait until the macro, right? Um, Now, let's see if we can find any logic about the 250 to 310, if we could have identified why it wouldn't run. 250. Technically not. I don't know. Create a wick. Now we've got a little wick here again, so I would like to see like a little rejection one more time in this one here, if that makes sense. Let's see. Yeah, so on the 5 minute we got one here. Oh, I like this as well. I think we so in the macro we formed this wick and we sort of like went into it already, and then we already went into this wick with this one here. I like that. I like that. Um, okay, it couldn't even touch 0.5. That's good. So it couldn't even get to the half. So are we done? Are we done? Now we are tapping into this one at 319. Hold on. I think we are done to the downside. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to the one, maybe 3 minutes. Let me try the 3 minutes. I haven't done the 3 minutes for a while. I haven't marked the 3 minute, but the five. I'm leaving it on the 5 minute gradients though. That what you hear in the background, those are guinea fowl. The guinea fowls have teamed up with the rooster. I don't mind the guinea fowls, by the way. I like their sound. I just hate the rooster. The rooster is he belongs in chicken soup. Now let me see if this one is going to make it. I would love it if this one makes a higher or takes out the liquidity. That's fine as well. Let's see. 320. See, on the 30 minute, we have a flat bottom here. So we could have a wick, we could have a candle going downwards too. This is a lack of manipulation that needs to be mitigated as well at some point. Um, see, we have also here a gap. We've got here, we've got a here. Okay, let's wait. Let's wait. Let's wait and see, guys. Who thinks it will short or long? Okay, I'm gonna make a poll. I'm gonna make a poll with you guys. It's about the 350. Oh, hold on. We might start to get a run already. Let me wait. I'm gonna do a poll after. Maybe the algo is gonna tip its hand already. But on the other hand, looking at the 1 hour, we might have a few more 1 hour babies. I call this 1 hour babies. One. So these two we can consider 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, please not. 10 of those. That will be very depressing if that's the case. Let's hope not. Let's pray that's not going to happen. I mean, even though it's 1 hour, we should get some, like, a larger candle and then go back into this. It still should take out some highs and lows, like this candle takes out this high during a macro. It might not be a large run. I mean, we're not asking for a large run. We just want this previous day high to be taken. And then you can go back into consolidation, right? Something like that. And then go down. Yeah, I think we have to wait for the 323. No, it's not doing it. Okay, I'm gonna make a poll for the 350 macro. Um, have to change this. Bullish or bearish? There we go. So the 350 to 410 macro. I mean, considering that we have to wait, right? I mean, if it runs now in the 320 run, could be, but let's say we are going to have a bearish 100%. So you're saying bearish without taking the previous day high, or just, or bearish without taking the previous day high? So my idea is if it's bullish, it takes out the previous day high. If we're bearish, we're not taking out the previous day high, because I do think once we've taken out the previous day high, we might have we might go down. But oh, that's interesting. This, I love it. Okay, I quickly need to go to the bathroom. Just 1 second. Okay, done. We haven't went back to 50% of the swing. We have in this swing, Bowser here. If you take this dealing range here, we technically did take out. We already took. Now it's a while back, but here this is 50%. In Asia, we technically went to the midpoint. We went down here already. So if you really from this dealing range, we technically already went into the midpoint. So I do think we're going to take. I think it's bullish. Let's say taking previous day high before it will go down. Um, that's what I think. But hey, it's okay. I want to see. So 57%. How many people? Seven votes. 57% bullish and 43 bearish. Okay, almost 50-50. A little bit more to the bullish side. And then with bullish, I mean we go for to previous day high first before going down. Okay. Yes, I am on that. I am on that end as well because of this is the dealing range that we created so far. Now we have a smaller one, but it doesn't have to take this out before it goes here, right? And because of the wicking, it's doing its job. I think it's just preparing itself for a very speedy move to the upside. I think I might be interested to getting long. It's 3:13 now. Um, it's just a paper trade, guys. I'm gonna wait. You know, it's gonna be a smaller trade, but I'm just gonna wait. Yeah, I'm interested in previous day high in the 350 macro, but it might get there sooner. Okay, we're above the 3 o'clock again. Um, 1, 2, 3. Are we gonna get a little bit of another? I might miss a trade though, but I think it's gonna spike up very fast. No, this is low resistance, Bowser. You got high, lower, well, one here, but then again it fixed 1, 2. Look at the one out. Well, look at the 30-minute. 1, 2, 3. We'll see. I mean, hey, it is a nasty area. Mm, 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 what would be the most damaged harvest? It leaves no imbalances, fills everything, lowers as it leaves openings. Mm, I don't agree with you on that because this is all. I mean, high resistance also leaves. High resistance actually leaves a lot of resistance and a lot of gaps, and then a low resistance run. They take out everything in one large move. Yeah, and the weird thing, you know what I don't like about this London, what I noticed, again, today we had news at 2 p.m., at 2, right? And nothing really happened at that news. So I always think, is it like an extended move in London? Because, what was it? What was the news? Let me go over. Was it CPI or PPI? It's so weird. It did not react at all at 2 a.m. Oh, hold on. A CPI, but look at 2 o'clock. What happened? Nothing really happened, right? At 2. Where's 2? It literally would just. It did not even twitch one little thing, and yeah, I make a little move here. That's it. Like this move. That's it. So I make like a turn, and then here, and that's the CP. This is the CPI data in London. It's just 32 points, but it's not really like. It doesn't really do much, right? So it's not like our CPI in the US. So I was hoping we'd get a little bit more. So I've been now tracking it since yesterday as well. We had like lots of news in London, but it did not really do anything. Okay, let's see now. Come on, show your hand, my friend. Show your handy. We want to have either one way. We don't care which way. We just want one way, right? We just want one way. Just relieve us from our agony. Just give us something and cue so we can move on. Okay. Okay, I like it that we are now the first presented fair value. Now this is a mistake that happens in the automation. So technically the London first presented should be on the 1 minute included the gap. So this should be the London first presented because it just takes it without, but when you have a gap, you have to extend that one. So that gives a little bit, let me just make it orange. I'll just make it orange. So it gives us a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Okay, I like it. Ooh. Okay, let's see what you're doing. 336. I would like to see one more tap into this one. And then there we go. It's gonna be fast. If it's gonna go, it's gonna be fast and far. It's not. It's almost untradeable, I think. But let's see. Okay, I want one more tab into it, then go back, and then I might get in. I might enter. Okay, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, I wanna retest off this first presented. That will make me happy. So that's included with this 3 o'clock, 3:01. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make this orange. I'm gonna extend it for the rest of the day. If it would tap into that, I would enter. I'm gonna enter long. I'm just gonna paper trade now, guys. I'm not gonna use any bullets yet. Okay, so this one is London. London first. Okay, let's see if we get a retest of this one now before. I'm gonna go back to 5 now. I wanna see if I miss anything. This has been mitigated. This has been mitigated. Now 75. Okay, are you gonna go? I think it might just not even go back. Okay, so this week has almost be fully been mitigated now, so I think it's ready to go anytime soon. Yeah, it's done its job. One, two, three. Let's see. The only question is when will it run, right? But I think after such a consolidation, um, we could just get a wick, right, into the previous day high and then wick back. So on the higher time frame, it still could be just another large wick, right? So it could just wick, take it, and go back into that range, and then go back making 1 hour babies. Um, okay, 13 votes. Now 69% is bullish, 31% is bearish. Okay. Um, so a little bit more bullish than bearish. We'll see. We'll have to. I'm also bullish, but hey, we just have to accept if we're wrong. But we'll see. 340. I wish we could speed up time sometimes. It's like okay, um, 10 more minutes before the macro, or if we use Susie's, 5 more minutes. I'm gonna market order in if it taps the fair value gap here. If we get closer to that time, because we got a little, we have a little gap here as well. I would love to see. I don't know if it's gonna go lower anymore because we technically have a breaker here. I could also just, this could be it. We went here, here. We don't have, this is a mitigation now. Okay, let's see. We go into that first presenter. Yeah, we already mitigated this here. We mitigated this here. We don't have to do anything here. Hey, Seek for Wisdom, how's it going? How's your salsa? Have you eaten it already? You haven't missed much, Seek for Wisdom. We've just been watching Chop. We're sort of like trying to figure out if we're going to have the 350 to 410, if we're going to take out the previous day high during that macro. Um, so 42, gone in 10 minutes. Oh, the salsa was gone in 10 minutes. It was that good, right? So how long did it take for you to make it? You should post a picture of those things in the Discord. It's nice to see. Maybe I should make a. Hey, Seek for Wisdom. You are the smart one. You came in late, and you didn't have to sit through the chop and just come in and ready to attack. Hey, SK, long time no see. How are you doing? I'm doing great. even though we are experiencing a lot of waiting and choppy. 10 minutes to through to yeah. Are you making something else now for today or uh, Hey, pro fast guy. Well, yes, I do trade lot, but this is a time. It's not always like this. You're getting chopped up, yes, because this is a very low probability environment at the moment. So we are staying. I mean, I'm staying out for now. I'm waiting for the 350 macro. If not, it won't be any trade in London for me because it is a choppy area. But you know, we were able to identify it in time. I mean, most of us didn't take any trades here. And we're sort of hoping now that the 350 might give us a very small trade, but I might even miss it because it might spike up and take the previous day high, and then it's so. But London, most of the times London gives a good opportunities, and sometimes just like in New York, it does not, and sometimes Asia is the play to do, but today is very bad, so don't worry about it. It's not you. Um, but yeah, I would not try too much to just wait for the macro and just see what it gives you. And I do think once we have the macro, I think it's going to go back. I mean, uh, it's sort of unfortunate that Trump was speaking at 9, so price could be held down as well a little bit. So, but yes, I do trade New York as well. But hey, listen, I've seen the same thing happen in New York. This is just, it is the end of year. I guess the yearly objective is not really that much that needs to be done. So it's a lot of time distortion, a lot of stalling, a lot of this kind of price action. So be careful now. It is really time of year. Okay, now we took out this high here. Now let's see. Are we done? Are we done? How many points? 444. I would love to see a retest of this one before it goes up. Let me, oh, I've got to check something else. I might miss the move because it just might go very fast. No, that's okay. I don't really mind. I'm not interested too much in this. I'm happy if we identify. I mean, for me, it's a win if I identify the chop and I stay out of it. That's sort of a win, if that makes sense. Okay, let's see. How far are we going to go up? Uh, 444. We've got a monthly open also at 579. So let's see. It might go even higher to 579. It's been accumulating a lot of orders. So I think if it does give us the macro, it might even go to let's say 75-ish, 479. I just don't want to enter and be slammed down, even though it might. I think we're still going to have that run, but I think we're done. I think the wicks have been mitigated, and I think it's ready to go. It's ready to rumble. You're ready to rumble, baby. Are you going to give us one spike down or what? I'm going to wait for two down close candles. If it doesn't give me, I'm okay. Yeah, I think we're entering also a new. Okay, hold on. Getting down close or what? Come on, give me my two down close candles. Come on, baby. 348. One, yes. Can you do a little bit more? And Q, just a little bit more. Sweep of those highs, and I would look for short. I don't know. I think it's very. I think we're going into this order block here. We might go a little bit higher. I said 479. I think we might go a little bit higher once we start going. But we'll see. We have wicks here as well. A little bit of. Let's see what we're gonna do. Okay, I like it. I like it. I like it. Ooh, you're feisty. Should I have taken that long? Yeah, I think so. Let me just see. Wait one more minute. Just gonna wait one more minute. I'm gonna take a risk. A paper trade only, guys. I don't feel like. I'm not in the mood for putting my money on the line yet. Okay, if we consider this a break, we have a retest right now. Okay, I'm gonna do it now. Here we go. GP, I'm just gonna take it to previous day high, that's it. And this is the trade. A very minimal, I'm gonna add the gap. There we go. If it goes below this area, it invalidates my long because I consider this like the breaker above the 0.5, and if it goes below it, it's invalidating, or it's just too choppy. I don't want to engage. Come on, 350, deliver, do something, give us. Yeah, okay, stop that. Okay, this way, let's see. Well, it's still 351. Yeah, I should have waited one more minute. 352. Let's see. Okay, wicking. Now it. Okay, it wicked. This is how many points. I still like this area now. I'm still. My bias is still long. It's such a small move, so it could take its time, right? Or just leave another equal high. Uh, uh, Haha. Create another wick, mitigated it. Create another wick. Let's mitigate this one and then get your ass up there. It's working its way into this gap here now, but it's still above the 50%. That's good. Mm -mm -mm. I would still love a retest of this area, to be honest. Let's see if the four we're gonna get a new 4 hour, the 4 o'clock 1 hour candle. That might give us a little bit of a better retest. So it might go. We open at 4 at 7 minutes, and then we might get a little move to the downside, and then the last move up. Let's see. Because it's technically a very small move, right? I mean, if this is the area we're gonna aim for, and we're gonna still be in chop. Let's see. We are. This is 35 point, and we go to 79. Still not a lot. Oh, we've got the monthly open here as well. Oh, interesting. But 70 points. Okay, so we had a little gap here. They don't want that high because there was also algo high from yesterday in New York. They took sales there, big money. Yeah, they could leave it for later. That's true. Um, they did take a little liquidity here, and then they're going to leave this. But hey, if we miss it now and we think it's on our radar, we're going to take it in New York, right? I mean, that's the good thing about being due in London and you are wrong on one area. You know, oh, previous day high, and you can see everything is setting up for later. But let's wait. The macro is still not done, and if they don't take it out now, I'm not inclined to anticipate any. Even though it takes out, I'm not really interested. I'm just going to paper trade it. Um, it's highly manipulative now. Exactly, 4 a.m. But I don't like that the 4 a.m. that we went lower before 4 a.m. printed. I would have hoped, Bowser, that 4 a.m. was around that we were here, and then we take it the manipulation move to the downside, and then we have the the remaining 4 hour going up, right? Because I just want the manipulation move, the 1 hour to be. I wanted this to be in this area. We're lower already, but we'll see. I mean, there's not. This is such a. It's almost a gamble. I mean, it just disrespects all levels, and it still goes up or down, whatever. It's really annoying. There's no logic. But I still wanted to take out this level. Still, um, or at least make a equal high. Then can you do that? And Q make us an equal high. Let's see. What are we in this week? Crazy PA. Yeah, it is. It's not much fun to be in, right? But we'll see. We just have to journal it, and I think it's identifying the chop is the most important thing. I don't like that we're below 3 o'clock. I don't like that, not at all. We are below the 3 a.m. open now. If it goes back up, it's just. How is that? Oh, I'm on the 4 hour. Okay, I gotcha. If it goes back over the 3 a.m., oh, it goes back over the 3 a.m. Whatever. Yeah. See, we are. Okay, almost 4 o'clock. 1 minute. 1 minute, guys. Then we finally get our. We know. It doesn't, it doesn't mean when you have price action like this, it just doesn't really mean shit if you're wrong or right. It's just price can do anything at this point. It's just slapping everybody around. Everybody's being chopped up left. If you're long, you're short. Everybody's being slapped around. And if you move, if you reverse your positions, you're gonna get a double slap. So I've been there. Hey, Jamali Beats. Right now it is um, almost 11 o'clock. 1 minute to 11 a.m. in the morning. What about you? Okay, 4 o'clock. Wow, look at that. Ah, and Q, you're making me tired now. Oh, you're watching me in Pakistan, Raja Akan? That's a nice thing about nowadays that we can connect to the whole world, right? Okay, 4 o'clock. Oh, is that the retest that I wanted? Mm-hmm. Okay, I guess. Okay, okay. Calm down, calm down. I'm gonna go back to the 1 hour now. Okay. Okay, so I hate these candles when we have both wicks on both sides. Okay, now go take out this other hourly candle high. Go. What time is it? 4:01. India sent you love. Hello, Rahul. I sent my love right back to you. That's nice. You get New York. Yes, exactly. So I think it's a luxury position that we have. Like, for example, if they leave the previous day high for now, they go back down. You're so prepared because you know, like, okay, once the New York Open might take it out or whatever. It really helps you to also not trade, but just look at London, PA, and just write down levels, and then it helps you just really be better prepared for the New York session. I think we're very privileged if you're able to have that time as well. Definitely. Okay, okay, we're gonna get our run. Okay, there it goes. Fast and violent. So I guess this was in the macro. So the retest that I wanted was here. Mm, all these other ones were not in macro. So this one was valid, the London. So I guess this is the move now. Okay, it's going to use. I think it's going to run in a few in after 3 past 4. Okay, and you see the 3 and the 4 o'clock are very close to each other, right? That's very significant also for choppy on days like this, and they are really close as both open prices of both candles, and you can see it here, right? The 1 hour we opened higher than so that signifies most of the times when you open higher than the previous close, it signifies a continuation move. Not always, but this worries me a little bit this week again. Yeah, Ahmed, it is always, you need a few days, right, to settle down a little bit, correct? But I think it's also time of the year a little bit, we don't, there's not much yearly objective, and they sort of like stole maybe the price action a little bit to not do everything in one time, and then they sort of like spread it out over a lot of time before making the last moves. I don't know if that's the case as well, but we really don't know. We just have to sort of like, but it's sort of common around this time, right? A little bit, which also makes sense because it's always contract change. 4 past 4. Let's go. Come on. One more down. Okay, we had a down close candle at 3 past. Yes, beautiful. I like that. We have a nice sell side, buy side. So 24 points, 5 minutes to go if it wants to go there. Look at all these guys. That was a weird candle. You see that? So we were here and then it opened up here and then, huh? Looks like, that's weird. That's very low one. Okay, well, when even a 350 for 10 macro doesn't deliver, after the first two also don't really deliver, that is something that is really next level, I guess. 2 weeks back and forth price action. This is where traders are made the art of waiting and doing nothing. Yeah, and that is my biggest gain for this year, I guess. Yeah, even though there's still a lot. I mean, there's still a lot more work to do in that regard. But this is, for me, also where I have improved myself significantly, and just being able to identify it. Right, that's what I find the biggest present to myself, and being okay to not. But it does irritate me a little bit that I would, you just sort of like hope after 2 macros that this one might deliver, do something at least. But you also have to accept it. It doesn't have to do anything. It can chop the whole week if it wants to, right? And then we just have to accept and deal with it. So I love what Jamali Beat says. This is where we are made. Yes. This is where we grow. Being okay to just watch it and it doesn't deliver to what you hoped for. We will never outsmart the market. Never ever. They will always be smarter than us. So this is also very low probability because we are below the 3 and the 4 o'clock price. So if it goes up again above those, it sort of like disrespects so many things and it just goes back, but it respects the first presented for value gap, as you can see. And now it might go back over the 3 and 4. If it goes below the first presented and the first presented below of the 1:30 and 2 a.m., I really have to become bearish, but it sort of like hangs around this area and it just does not. You get paid to do weight in trading. Yeah, it really makes a difference, right? When you get more patient and you trade less, and you might miss 1 or 2 trades, but then you make it up on that one trade that you waited for. Okay, 350, 410 macro. We did not. It wasn't bullish, or it was just a nothing burger, right? Where did we go? We went up. We did take liquidity here. Then we went down. We actually went up into this area to go further back down, but it also did not really. It did. Technically, we did. I was thinking about that. Is it the liquidity that it's just going to take, and is it enough? I still don't trust it. I wouldn't. We made a move to the downside, but then again, we sort of respected. It went a little bit below this first presented fair value gap, right? A little bit. The bodies, but that's like ICT says permissible. Those little things. Then we went over it, and then we went up, and now again we sort of like did not go lower than this one here. So, but we are below the 3 and the 4 o'clock open price, so that's actually very bearish. But then again, we have a wick here, so I wonder if we're going to take out this wick. We're just going back and forth, like I said. 2 wicks are, tell you, choppy, choppy, choppy. They give you the signal. Auto gold trade. Can we collaborate? Come to visit my group. I just released my new fresh signal in our group. Don't miss it. Let's take home the bacon again. Oh, you do signals? You give signal? I don't do signals though. I just try to. My people give me the signals. They tell me where to go. Hey, if everyone trades gold, you get a free signal, right? Not right now. How's gold doing? We haven't looked into gold today. I just thank you, Auto Gold Trade. I haven't. I totally forgot about that. You remind me um, of gold. Let me quickly have a look at gold. That might have been a better one, right? Gold, gold, gold. What have you been up to? Oh, okay. You've been in 4-hour chop. Okay, that is also something I do not want to. I do not want to engage in this, guys. 4-hour chop, 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 chop. Good grievance. You are so boring, market lately. Same, you see, the same thing in gold. You see, isn't that the 3 and the 4-hour? They printed very closely to each other. You see that 3 and the 4-hour, both open and price, and they're hovering about it. Obviously, it's 4 o'clock, so it's close, but They print it very closely as well. Oh, look, gold has a nice little gap here. Also not, it just doesn't have my interest. I don't get excited. I used to get really, when I see price action, sometimes I get really excited. Like, oh my God, I see like a possible setup. You know, it might start setting itself up at due time, but it just doesn't really, no. Oh, well, I actually just wanted to say, still, even though price action is like that, I still would prefer to look at, um, yeah, you know, Bowser, and that's the thing. It's a good point. You have to watch it all the time, and then your A plus setup present. But when you watch it once in a while, like I do now, I miss it. And then Bowser is on top of the gold. Bowser, you should post more about the gold trades for our people in the, because you're on top of it. And I tend to miss it because I'm not looking at it all the time. And then there's this one A plus setup, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Okay, let's see if we can get the if this is going to be the run now because of the in the 20 to 40 run. Sometimes it is a, we cannot call it macro because ICT doesn't identify the 20 to 40 as a macro, but there are times where price runs a lot and sets up, especially in price action like this. I might take out this high now. You see how nasty it is? Normally when you have proper price action, you can rely on it once you go below the 4, and even when you go below the 3, I would never even be interested in a trade anymore. But with chop like this, it just doesn't mean shit. It just goes back up over it again. But normally you wouldn't even be into. I actually said it, like, oh, when it goes below 3, I shouldn't be looking at the trade. But because of those 2 wicks, it sort of like tells you, like, it just goes back up and down until it's not. There you go. Okay, let's see if it's going to take out the. I think this wick is done now. I don't feel any FOMO missing this. Zero. And I would be honest, when I feel FOMO, I will share it with you guys. And when I get trigger finger, I really, I don't feel any, well, I do feel shame a little bit sometimes when I do it. Yes, I do. But I need to be honest about it because it helps me when you call me out. I think that's a lot of the times, you know, when the part of psychology that we don't have people calling us out when we do negative things, and that's why it takes so long to improve those things we need to improve because we are our own analysts, we are our own technical analysts. There's nobody calling. When you work for a hedge fund, you have a manager calling you out when you do stupid things, but we as traders, we don't have that. And I guess we can now a little bit if we, you know, we share those things. So I guess that helps, right? Um, but I don't have any FOMO right now because of this price action. Even though it would go to this previous day high, I'm okay to let it go. When it would be a low resistance, when I would really miss a good trade, and I just then I would, yeah, I would really feel irritated. But let's see if it's ready to roll now. And for me, the time is interesting also to see, like, okay, is it going to, okay, it's 417 now. Even if we would have extended the macro, it still didn't take previously high, but it did take out another high right here. So we took out, no, am I saying it correctly? Yes. So 348, 348, 349, we took out this high. And then it went all the way back down to not do anything in the macro. Then at outside, when the macro is done, it started to make a run, and it now stalls at 415. It took out this high. So technically, it did take out another high. No need to FOMO. Yeah, bouncer, it is, but I mean, I have FOMO sometimes still. You don't? Even though you know sometimes it repeats, right? But I still feel FOMO sometimes, especially when I wait a long time. But now I don't. In this case, I do not. But I was sort of like hoping for the 350, 410 macro. And I was actually like, oh my God, we're going to run. And then it does not within the macro. Uh, so, and you know, when I'm tired, I feel more FOMO and I fall for those traps. But anyway, today not. But let's see, 418. Okay, so 418, 348, 418. Let's see if it's going to take it out at 20. Now, if it starts running, it might go all the way up to, what was the level that I said? If it starts running in 20 to 40, we might get a large run within to 479, which is also the monthly open. I actually think now we're getting more bullish because of the wait we had to sit through. Um, yeah, let's see. We have one more move to the downside, and then we might start to get a run. You do? Yeah, I think we all do, right? I mean, maybe I should make a tab in like alarm, like hey, I've got FOMO, and then we rush to each other to help each other. I think I might, like I'm making the Discord like a FOMO. If you have FOMO, make yourself known here. We'll help you, something like that, right? And then we have someone on FOMO duty, and then we have to get in touch with each other and to help each other out of the okay, go over it and the FOMO prevent tab. Or over trading trap. Hey, I'm over trading, and then one of us, we're going to have anyone. We have like a group of people on duty, and if anybody suffers of any kind of FOMO or anything, they just, they make themselves known in the tab, and then we can get on. We'll help you for free, but you have to return the favor. If you help you, then you are the next one on the FOMO watch. Hey, hey, tag 20 at 20 past. Uh-huh. Okay. It tagged at 20 past. I've seen that lately a lot, that they more do that outside macro, but it is always between 20 and, not 20 to 40, but 20 to 30 most of the time. Study it. Now, I do think we're going to go higher now. I don't think it's going to go, let's see. Uh-huh. Impossible to trade. I guess this was a trade, but I don't know. 13, 14, 15, and then this. Who would have known? Yeah, so this, I think we're going to get a continuation for our candle, a little bit high. It's going to go higher, I think. Yeah, we're not done yet. I think it's going to go over this level and go into 79-ish. Yeah, it's going to move now. Now, my question is that I'm thinking as an AMD trader, I'm always looking for A, M, and then I want to trade the D. So I'm asking myself if we do get the move. It's all I'm still analyzing. It doesn't have to do with what I think I'm doing, but I'm thinking, okay, if we do go to the monthly open, Will that be the manipulation move, the preparation for the manipulation? Um, and then maybe in New York, we are going to get our distribution. Where's my 150? Okay, okay. Yeah. Jamali B, did you scalp that? That's a scalp. I agree. I was thinking about that, but I'm like, I'm not in the mood for scalping today. But did you scalp it? Yeah. Um, there was a, I mean, there was a clear breaker, but there's no retest, right? Well, technically we're at two. We might go back into one, and then I see another entry to go to the upside maybe. I would like to have a retest to one standard deviation, which is exactly tapping into this area here. If it will give us the opportunity, but I don't think so. I don't know. It looks like it wants to break out now. Anjinka, hello, hello. Hey, hey. Okay, let's see if we might get a I just want. Let's see. Let's see, because we do have a breaker here. And it will be a nice breaker retest trade if we. Let's see what we're gonna do. I think this is a long 428. Um, on the other hand, we have Manage 2 standard deviation. Just want to make sure that I am calculating the right one. If it's a manipulation move, it cannot be more than 2.5. Where are we going? This is 475 with a wick to this one. Okay. Yeah, I think this is, I'm just paper trading, guys. Just doing the, I'm gonna put it below. I don't want to go for the full because it might not go there, right? That's the thing. And the stop loss has to be, I want to use the breaker, but I'm just going to use the 4 o'clock. A little bit less. It's half past, so we've got how many hours more left in the 4 hour? We still have 1.5 hour to go to get here, and then we'll go back. So we could consolidate a little bit longer, and then I would never take this trade on my evaluation, right? But below this one, I'm below the 4. I'm below the 4. I don't want to put it down all the way because the breaker is all the way here. But technically, I have to do it below the breaker. It is a breaker retest, but then it's almost a 1-to-1, which is a little bit. It's a little bit more, but technically, I have to do it. This should have been the entry here. 427. I think it's still good. I'm gonna trail this one very fast. It should be. I just need a little bit more displacement above the previous day high in order for it to go higher. It still looks bullish. I want a body closure here. Come on. I think we're getting a little bit of price action now. Sort of like looking a little bit more. There is some improvement, I think. Okay, I think I'm gonna. Come on. I think I'm gonna use this calculation from the macro. This macro. I just like you best. You are it today. What am I doing? We need to go here. I hate that when I do that. When I try to change something, it always changes my. Where did I put it? Out of here. Yeah, so I'm just using the logic of a 4 hour. I'm looking at the 4 hour, and I do think we have a 4 hour continuation. There has not been, it's sort of like we're not respecting these levels anymore. So I do think we're going to overpass this. I just only want to, I just have to be a little bit careful at this level. And then once it goes over this level, I do think we're going to go into 79.80-ish level before. But let's see. It's 1.5 hour to go. for this 4 hour candle. So I do think it has a little bit more room to the upside. But hey, again, I'm just paper trading, guys. It's just paper trading. I'm not putting my money on the line with this price action. It's too unreliable. Things are too many disrespect. It's like too many things are always like, it could just swing down. But it's always good to paper trade a little bit. So we took our previous high at 420. Spartans hold. So 4:33. Important time in London. I wanted to start moving now a little bit. Let's see. And not to the downside. If it starts moving now, we'll start trading my stop. I like it. I like it. I like it. Come on, give me some large candles. I want movement. There you go. I'm gonna move it to this area. Okay, I think it's gonna move now. I'm gonna use the 34 to 40 run. Now I'm just gonna trade time. If it goes over that previous day high and it's gonna run. 4:33. Let's see. Come on, now you're gonna go. I'm not gonna wait until it gets here. If it is not here before 40, I'm out. I'm gonna get out wherever it is. Now, it could go to that monthly open during that macro, but it's been so. If I would be in a trade like this, and I would just grab my money and just run after. If it will give me a nice run up to this area somewhere, I will be very happy with it. Let's see. Come on. Okay, over previous day. Now. Okay, we have mitigated this one here. I just want to see how it reacts here. 448. I do think it's gonna run, but it could slam down on me. Okay, I'm just gonna change you. You're gonna be changed to this next level. Um, okay, come on, go. Come on, NQ. Don't slam down on me now. Mm-hmm. Come on. Whoa, that's a nice one. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. Give us a little bit more movement. 440. Yeah, I said I wouldn't get out, but I said I would get out, but. Mm, will it go below my stop? I don't think so now. I think it's gonna go higher because it's sort of in no man's land right now, right? So, and we're still. I'm looking at the 4-hour continuation candle. Um, let's see if I get punished for it for my decision. I'm still on a paper trade though. Thank you, DRealist21. Yeah, okay, so it's 40, so I do expect a little bit movement to the downside, but I don't see any, I do see a little gap here. But I wonder if we're going to go all the way down to there. Let's see. See, on the other end, I wonder if it doesn't go lower than my entry, but we still got 10 more minutes before the next macro. We'll sit at that macro and then I will log off. So we'll do one more macro. So let's give it another 10. But I wonder if it needs to go. I'm just sort of like thinking, like, does it really need to go low? It's sort of mitigated a lot. And we're in this 4-hour candle. And it's definitely a distribution candle now. But I don't think it's done at this area. The only question is how far down. So I'm willing to take the risk. I'll journal it if I'm taken out. But like I said, it's a paper trade, but I just take them as seriously as others. Because I'm just thinking like it's this area, even though I see a gap here, I'm thinking like it doesn't need to go lower than this as it seems to be mitigated for now. Okay, there we go. Um, 489. Yeah, I said 478-ish, but that's around the monthly open. I want to get out before the monthly open because I do think, like we had with the previous day high, how long it took before it took our previous day high. It might do the same with monthly open, so it might just stall a lot in the pre-market before it takes it out. And I don't want to be in it anymore, so I'm just going to make sure that I think I'm going to put it right at 472. I think that's good enough. 472. So just want to be out a little bit sooner. I'll put it, here we go. Um, well, I'm not sure if it's going to make it. I'm sort of like, I'm just sort of like going by the logic that we are in a distribution and it doesn't, there's no point of liquidity until, because we've already surpassed a few points. The next ones will be around this area, in this area again. So, and obviously we've got the monthly open here, but as you have the monthly open here, 482. Did I do this correctly? I'm just wondering if I'm not mistaken here. Hold on. Just want to make sure that I didn't overlook anything in my enthusiasm. Yeah, no, we surpassed already. Yeah, no, we're already above the 75%. So we have mitigated this whole area. The only thing is now this little bastard here. Let me just make sure that we are. Yeah, I'll just use this one for now. Did I? Because that's actually we are going up, so we have to use premium discount wicks to discount wicks instead of premium wicks. That's actually the better play. So let's see. I might have to. I'm going to lower it to 466. Yeah, I just want to be out. I just want to do. I just want to. I'm just going to do this one. Lower it here. 466. 466.25. That's good. And I'm going to put it now at break even. Okay, so no more losing trade here. You like my glasses? Thank you. They're just very, I mean, I've gotten to the point that I can't, I really need to buy good ones, but I always scratch them and I sit on them and I don't know, I can't keep them. So I still have the non-expensive ones, but I've gotten to the point now that I need glasses full time behind the computer. I've been in denial for a long time, and to a point that oh my god, I really don't see the proper candle closing or whatever. Like, you just, and it's only for reading and for computers. So, but hey, it happens. But I have to really find I want to find some good ones that I can use to also with the blue light stuff without the glare. So also when I am behind the computer, you guys don't see glare. It suits like so I look like a teacher, right? It suits you like I like your vibe very much in it. Okay, well thank you. That's yeah, I mean nothing you can do about it, so I don't really care if it doesn't look, but it's sort of like always it is a compliment, so I appreciate that. But there was nothing if it doesn't look well. I mean, I don't have a choice anymore because otherwise I don't see, and I would say things like, "What's she talking about? There's a candle closing there, and I just don't see it." But I think glasses, once you need them, you really need to find good ones that suit your. But I like the models. So I'm going to look for. If I buy the more expensive ones, it has to be. I like this model as well, the best. So we agree on that. So I will look for a model that is similar to this one because I think that's suits me best. Because actually I have a very small head, so if I have most of the glasses are too look very big on me. I like the bigger ones though, but um, okay, now let's see. One more macro to go. And is somebody else in that long? I'm just curious. Did anyone take it from a? I mean, there are good levels here. Let me see what their level here. 427, 433. 433 is a important time in London ICT time. 433. Write that one down and look into your. I should have gotten in here actually. 433. I didn't mention it, but I didn't get in. I'm too slow. It's the end of the year, guys. Forgive me. You are still holding your well, it's not a scalp anymore, Jamali Beats. It's actually a really it started with a scalp and it grew out to be a good trade. I don't we don't consider this a scalp anymore, right? I mean, let's define a scalp. If I talk about a scalp, it's like 5 to, I think, well, 10 to 15 points. I would say I consider that a scalp because usually my trades, the trades that I take are about above 50, 60 points on average. But I don't want to consider anything below 50 a scalp because I think even 20 points are very good, are not a scalp anymore, right? So what do you consider a scalp? Oh, do I have data delay? It should be a few seconds zero. There's always a little delay, but do you have Wi? It could also be your Wi-Fi a little bit because I have one computer. Sometimes it's faster on one than on the other. Because one computer is logged into my router and the other is not. So okay, so I'm just taking it to 50% of this wick max, right? So you guys understand what I'm doing here. But then again, if the macro is starting, 10 to, okay, so you define 30 to scalping. Well, even 5 is okay. So you consider 30 also a scalp. Okay, gotcha. Um I think, yeah. Um but I think 30 is a lot is actually for a lot of people a very good trade. I think scalp for 30, I think um, I would say to 15 max because you want to be in and out very quickly. And for 30 points, sometimes you need to be in a little bit longer than 30 than scalp. But it's interesting how if we talk about it, some people have different, um, yeah, okay. Oh, you have those, Anjinka? I have this glass with pre-made, no glare. Yeah, I talked about it a few times. She is using TradingView. I want to show the same speed as a broker. Broker offer and where to. Yeah, so that's the reason why I always have my live trades on a different computer and not in TradingView. I'm sort of like a little bit not scared, but I do mimic that if I go live on a trade, I've noticed a few times that it just doesn't. It has hiccups. Sometimes I do like TradingView. Don't get me wrong, but I would rather trade directly. If I can connect it, but I just don't trust it as much. So I do my live trades separately, even though it's almost the same. I get in and I mimic it on here, but I don't want to have it on TradingView for some reason because I've gone bad a few times. Yeah, so Ludovic is lots are taking trade for a minute. So you have time attached to it. So I'm inclined to do that as well a little bit more than to put a time on it than the amount because sometimes it can still be a large move, right? But yeah, but it's good that we oh, you're short. Oh, did you go short at previous day high? Did you take? Oh, okay. Um. Okay. Well, I'll go over why I didn't really go over it why I did not see it as a short. But if you want me to go over why I did not see it as, we can do that. Okay. I think I'll be taken out anytime soon. Um. Oh, seek for wisdom. If you want me, okay, I'm stopped out here, so that's fine. It might go higher, but I don't care. Seek for wisdom. Do you want me to go over why I continue to look for a long in that area? Because I just took it as a given a little bit. I didn't really pay attention. I didn't know that you did say it, but okay. Why was I not interested in a short from there? Because you would think it's a previous day high, right? It's a point of liquidity that is taken. That had to do again with the wick. Um, Let me show you the wick. What level was the previous day high? What time did we take it? Hold on. Here, 4:20. Yeah, it was 4:20. It was also time. When a macro the ICT macros, the 10 to 10 past or the 15 to 15 past, those are the times that take liquidity. If it happens at the 20, write that down, guys. This is a gem I'm going to give you guys. If it happens at 20, most of the times it is not done yet, because most of the time it finalized a move within the pure ICT macros. That's one reason. But there was another one. So it didn't even came into my mind to start looking for. I was looking at it, but I was more looking for a long, for an entry for a long, just a retracement, right? So rather than, so that's why I said start looking into your charts. Where did you take liquidity at 420, between 20 and 30, and then start looking at like what did price action do? But also when 433, when this happened, where was it? 433. This one here. You see this? This wick? This was actually for me I didn't get in, but I was like, okay, I'm now really looking for a long. 433, very important time in London. It's sort of like, yeah, what did it really do? I don't know, but it was a down closing, but it was a wick down, and it sort of mitigated something. I guess it went into the rejection block here, right? This is a rejection block. It rejected at 433 very clearly in here. You see that? Rejection block at 433. But there was more. Let me just go over the wick again. I believe it was over 75. I believe we were just surpassed it. So if, for example, the previous day high would be below this and we would wick into this and we would reject here, then I would consider it a short. But I believe we were over 75% already. I just have to, I can't remember. Let me just go back. 420. I have to make this the 1 minute now. Go back in time. Where were we at 420? Yeah, this was it. So this was what I was seeing. I saw this candle here. You know, guys, this is a little bit of a rabbit hole for those. But if you really study time and how macros and these lines work, you start understanding it. But it might be a little bit weird if I go over these things. But so it wicked the 420. It wicked above it, and the bodies were still. And it did not. It did not really. For me, it would be a short when the wick would really tap into this one and not go over it. And then the other one was higher. And oh, this one was it. This one was it. Okay. So this one was a long wick over this wick, right? And then we had a body, and I saw this body going over it in 220, and this one was going over this wick, over this line, and this one as well. So for me, it was like, okay, it's hanging in. You see, the previous day high is exactly the midpoint between the two of them. Then we were here. I was still watching and watching. I was watching this, how it was reacting here, and then when I saw the bodies going over this, I knew, okay, we're going long. This is now mitigated. We are, and price is telling us we're going over this area now. Does that make sense? So I'm using that information of the wicks as well. So the other wick that I used the 0.5, and if it rejects there, I'm fine. It's okay. I don't care what it does because I just want to be out. I want to be done with the macro. I'm done. It's enough for the move for me now. But I know it's going to go here, but it might take a lot of time, and I'm just not willing to sit through another hour. I've got beautiful weather here. I want to touch some grass. So, but it was for me. It was never short at all because of the information and the time, how it behaved in a certain time, if it makes sense. I'm sorry, I knew you. Yeah, I know you said it, and I didn't give it much attention. I just sort of like went over, just looking for that long. But I think that's good information to give at the high. Like, why am I not looking for a short? So thank you for reminding me. I just used my gradients, right? Let me go back to the 4 hour. Oh shit. I just used this wick here. I just graded. I've 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 backtested this a lot lately. I mean, you guys have seen it, and sometimes I'm still wondering, okay, which wick is it? But I have noticed, like, if we're going up, and then I'm using the discount wicks in order to gauge how far we are going. Yeah, it's just I just use my gradients that I use in all it's always the same. You know them. um, is it the fib measurement for just seek for wisdom? I just have the quarter, 1/3, and the 0.5, so 0.33, and I added the 0.66. ICT doesn't use them, but I use them a lot. It gives me a lot of info. So it's just a fib, yeah, if that's what you're asking. Just a normal fib retracement. Now I don't really care if we're going higher, but I think it's going higher, but I just want to be done, if that makes sense, guys. Because yes, I will be in New York, and I do need. I noticed that I'm getting a little bit. I guess it's the end of year, and I got some things going on. I need to relax a little bit in between the sessions because I've been doing. I mean, guys, the most positive thing for this year has been the YouTube channel and you guys. So I got a little bit like I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited to go live, and I've been live a lot. I've been making a lot of hours because I really, really, really like doing it, and I love tape reading. I can do it for hours. But I think because I've got a lot of things on my plate at the moment. I noticed that I got a little bit tired and snappy yesterday. I'm gonna make a and chat called me out. That's why I love my chat. So that tells me that I just need a little bit more time to also in between. Not it's not only I cannot do this all the time, and even though if I do that, I want to, but I can't. So I'm taking a little break now in between, and yes, I'll be live again in New York with the way I want to be. Like it has to be positive and it has to be fun. And even if trolls come in, I shouldn't be caring. And I got triggered by a troll yesterday a little bit too much also. That was in London, and then I got very snappy during New York because I was so tired, and but it was all good because my chat is just the most awesome chat there is. You guys are really awesome. Hey, listen, again, I want to share something that YouTube. Hey, Saurabh. Oh, but I'm missing all the gold right now because my brain can only do one thing. Listen, I'm doing this channel, even though I'm 4 months in, I'm doing so well, but that's because of you guys. Um, the, the the metrics are just through the roof for just a 500 subscriber channel. It's absolutely amazing, and that's all about you guys. So again, thank you so much. Because I really would rather grow very slowly and have this kind of energy and, the engagement and the vibe that we are having, and that you guys can feel free enough to call me out when I'm in a bad mood. That's it, right? You don't feel fear, and that's what I want. So I'm very, very, very appreciative of you guys. I can't thank you enough, and I will mention it a few times. It makes me emotional actually a little bit. So no, Adit, I'm actually done for the day. If you don't mind, I'm going to I'm just going to preserve my. I think it's enough for me for this this NQ. So I'm going to leave it here. Um, just be careful, guys. If you want to go into NQ, just watch the wicks, and just the monthly open is near at 481. For me, this was a paper trade, just enough to just find out, was I right, was my analysis right, if it's a long. We are in the last hour of a 4-hour candle, so use the TGIF logic. You know, it's all the same. Every candle could retrace 20 to 40%. So we're at the last hour, but I do think we have a little bit more distribution in the tank. And just watch this gap, or either this one. Just test it. Just the possibilities, guys. But I think that's for now. Again, thank you from my end, and I'll see you guys in New York. And I think it was a good stream, right? Even though we didn't have a lot of trades, I think it was a pretty good stream. There was a lot of, I think we learned again. We grew 1%. If we grow 1% per day, I think that's the goal. 1% better per day. Anyone, any more questions? Sorry, Adid, gold will be, I will do it in New York, but for now, I just want to touch some graphs. Yeah, I think it was a good, thank you. I think so too. And again, thank you guys so much. And let me know if you have any questions. I am setting up the Discord. The Discord pin is in the chat. If you want to join, I haven't done much in it yet, but it will be on. I'm just still figuring out what I want to do and bring value where I don't have to talk always, but we can communicate in a better way. So feel free to join. It's still growing, so it will get better. It will get more form in 2026. So love you guys. Again, thank you so much. No questions? I will just double check. No one? Okay. Okay, I'm heading off then. I'll see you guys later. Ciao, ciao.